Alright, hello, hello, hello. I believe we are live.
And that
Skip.
we are.
Yep, Skip, if you could check the, music quickly. If it's too loud, too quiet.
Right, listen up for it now.
Should be fine.
Yep, it's good.
Alright. So not too loud, not too quiet. Sick!
Pretty much perfect.
Alright.
Let's get into it. Welcome to Circuit of the America, everyone. Of the Americas. We're here with Formula Plus.
Yep. This is season 3, race 10, at Kota. I am just gonna say this now. There are Spotify ads. My bad, I don't have premium. Just allow it. It's fine. They're only like 30 seconds every like 8 songs, so
We'll make it.
just about.
We've got a few drivers coming out now. Looks like 2 drivers. We've got Adam out on track already
Yeah.
in the Williams. First one going to be setting the lap. Going to be setting the base time for everyone to beat for this session.
You just.
I think it'd be sorry. I think it's gonna be quite interesting to watch these guys race today and set their lap times because the track layout is just made for really fast drives, and it's gonna be super fun to watch.
Yeah, especially sector 1. It's very precarious. There's winding corners. It's very technical. You gotta learn when to stay on the throttle, when to turn, when to stay off the throttle, when to brake. Yeah, it's a very tough track, but it's also a very wide track, so we could see a lot of wheel-to-wheel action through here. So yeah, should be fun.
Most definitely. Now we should probably get our overlays on.
Yeah. On it now.
Fantastic. Now let's watch Adam as he's entering the main straight now to start his official flying lap. First one of the entire session of the entire day. Going real fast through the main straight into that turn 1, nearly a hairpin. Very smooth corner exit there. Making his way through the very twisty turny sector 1. Really keeping that grip down. Well done to him. Oh my god, English.
It's first lap.
Yeah, it's first lap.
You'll
Give
get
me a
better.
minute, guys. Warm up.
We actually didn't even warm up. This is...
Yeah, we don't warm up for this.
We did for
Alright,
our
now
first
for
stream,
sector
but...
2. For our first stream, yeah. For sector 2 now in the DRS zone. He overtakes some of the outlappers. Really nicely now through the first corner. After that, DRS zone in sector 2 now. Making his way through sector 3. So far, Adam has just kept it very smooth and be very quite a good lap time, I'd say, unless he made a few mistakes. But so far, it looks like it'll do the job for now. As he makes his way to the final corner now, onto the main straight, finishing up his lap now with very low ERS. DRS opens and he sets a 132.4, and that is for the other drivers now to beat.
Yeah, we see Des Mucky now going onto his lap. He's going to have to overtake Adam, and Adam is going to let him through now. So yeah, we'll see if Des Mucky can pick up a better lap than Adam did. Picking up provisional pole, going through the twisty turny sector 1, as Skippy called it. Very clean through there. Couldn't quite hit the apex on there, but I think he didn't lose much speed going through that corner. so far pretty good pace. Seems like it might actually be faster than Adam. I believe in the last race, I believe Desmucky finished on the podium.
Yeah, he finished P2 behind, I think it was Ethan.
Yeah.
And it was a very close race between those two guys. They were 0.002 seconds away from each other after the finish.
Very good photo finish. So I'll be curious to see what Desmucky can pull out the bag for this race.
Yeah, maybe trying to make up for what happened at Monza last week, but definitely gonna be interesting to watch these guys drive, especially the guys we saw last week, Ethan, Des. A lot of competition there, and I think it'd be very exciting.
Yeah, there is no Panda for this race. Panda was a driver that was fighting in the top of that race, but got taken out, unfortunately. And Des sets a very fast lap, but only 8 thousandths ahead of Small Nick, who set a faster lap than Adam as well. So very fast laps. And Ethan, the previous race winner, sets an absolute bomber of a lap, 31.7. That is, I believe, 5 tenths on Des behind.
It's exactly what I'd expected to see. A very competitive field today. It's going to be, especially Ethan and Des already in their higher positions in the grid. It's going to be very interesting to see these guys race off the line, if that's going to be their finishing positions for this race. But if not, they'll probably be quite close to each other, knowing how the last week's race went and the qualifying as well. It's going to be very impressive to see. And yeah, it's amazing that Ethan already sets the top of the line lap, and it's only his first lap of the day. And we are now watching Zaki through my, as I call, Twisty Turny Sector 1. That's the thing we're going to be calling it now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Lovely. Does cut a bit of that corner there, but it didn't invalidate his lap. He is now making his way through Sector 2 now onto the DRS straight there. Just keeping it real smooth, trying to not turn too aggressively as he makes his way through the very minimal turn there is on that straight. Very good corner exit there as he exits that straight now, making his way through Sector 3. Maybe not as fast as a corner exit right there, but it definitely kept it going. He didn't want to slow down, he wants to keep going. As he flicks really hard into that left-hander before the final corner, makes his way now onto the main straight. But goes wide. Don't know if that will help him with his lap, but that puts him in P4 with a 132.3. A very good lap time with some mistakes, so if he maybe perfects the lap, he could be very high up on that grid.
Yeah, quite a leniency from the FIA. I saw one corner cut near the start of the lap, and then track limits right at the end, but still not invalidating that lap. Maybe just barely staying out of the range of improving your time through the track limits. But yeah, pretty lucky for him. Still a very good lap though.
If I remember correctly, we are running off the medium or the standard corner cutting, so
yeah, that is correct.
You can cut the corners a little bit, but you can't go too excessively. For example, overtaking a driver off track.
We might see some drivers abuse that.
Especially through Sector 1.
Oh yeah, especially. We're gonna watch Dash, as we're gonna call him, because that is an unpronounceable name completely. Just a massive corner cut. Oh my! I think
right there.
Still, I think he's still on his lap. He's using a lot of ERS. That is a dangerous amount of ERS lost. He's not even halfway through the lap yet. Actually, no, he is halfway through the lap. Sorry, but yeah, just a massive corner cut. We see people already abusing the track limits, and he hasn't let off overtake, so I believe he didn't invalidate his lap from that. He's definitely going to gain a few tenths from that, I do believe, as he goes on to Sector 3.
Yeah, some really close to scummy driving going on, but if it's within the rules, then we can't say anything about it. But definitely people making up their goes very wide there, Dash. But yeah, definitely a lot of people making up their own racing line of the regulations.
And it's still a valid lap.
Yeah, not an insanely fast one though, Kenzog. It's 135.0, only puts him in P12. He's 4 seconds away from Ethan.
4 seconds?
Speaking of Ethan, he left the session, probably just a random disconnect, not on purpose.
I mean, he will be sitting pretty comfortably in P1, despite the disconnect. He will probably get invited back in a second.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't want to be disconnected, especially was the pole position.
And he especially wouldn't want to disconnect in the race. That would be terrible for him.
100%. We do still have, though, a few drivers invalidating their lap. As you can see from Brandon on the track map there, you can see his lap is invalid. So even with the regular track limits, he invalidates it. Even though he's going into the pit lane. Still quite impressive to invalidate on regular.
Yeah, it's, as we saw Dash, he cut a corner heavily and very wide on track limits. Sheepmaster just cutting the whole track there. I believe he was on a flying lap as well, so that is going to invalidate his lap, and he will give it up. He has turned that overtake off.
His lap.
Yeah, but he's turned his overtake off.
Yeah, not happy with his lap time.
And sometimes this game is very bad, where it just doesn't show that a driver's invalidated on the track map for some reason.
Oh well, we did see Ethan join back, so thank God for that.
Could see another win from him today. Back to back.
Yeah. Got these two cars in Sector 2 just going really slow together, just allowing the Ferrari to get by right before the corner. Very close though.
Rocking that Ollie Behrman helmet. I like it.
Yep.
Can't lie that the Ollie Behrman helmet looks amazing in the Ferrari.
It does look very good.
Looks very clean, and you can see the Ferrari logo on it as well.
Matches very well.
Can't wait to see him in that Ferrari in the foreseeable future.
Well, if you get signed for Ferrari.
From the way he's been going, I think he will.
Yeah, probably.
A car we will see him in, though, is the Haas. We see now Jonathan. I believe he's just started his lap, just gone through Sector 1 there. Pretty tight on those corners, like riding the curbs, riding the track limits. As very clean through that corner. He's going to go off the track, once again riding the track limits. He hasn't invalidated. He's going to keep going. Use a lot of that overtake on the straight. It is a massive straight to use all your overtake on, but I don't think you should use all of it. But maybe as a strategy I don't know about. Once again, these drivers are way faster than me.
Yeah, we can never get as fast as these guys. They're very impressive. But yeah, all these drivers today at Circuit of the Americas just really abusing that regular track limits. As you can see, a lot of corners being cut and a lot of seconds being saved, but maybe not enough to compete. As we see Small Nicks at a 131.6, putting him in first place, Ethan in second, and Beth in third.
Yeah, our last race was in Monza, which is not a track that has a lot of like corner cutting opportunities. There's not much leniency with the track limits, just because there's so many straights. There's so many straights, and when there's corners, there's grass and gravel. It's very tough to cut corners on that track, so we didn't see that much on that track. But here in Texas, there is there a single gravel trap?
There's a few, but they're very far away from the track.
We see Kraft
We do see
retire.
our first. Yep. We do see our first retiree. And we have how many minutes remaining in the session? We've got a yellow flag, so we can't see.
I don't have the permanent session timer on at the moment.
How dare you?
Well, I forgot to turn it on.
I think that's at 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes.
Something like that. We have seen a lot of laps come through, so
Yeah, I think we've got some cars on just very coasting through the final bits of the track.
I just have to say that like noise that sounded like a fart, that was my chair, that was not me. If you hear that on the stream, before you say anything, it was not me. It was the chair.
Oh, let's miss some chat messages. We've got Hey from Sap, welcome, and we've also got Dez. I've just realised this isn't its normal track limits, so probably
It was in your rules, man. It was in your rules.
It's in your rules, guys. As well as thanks to Loki No, who's Dash, for following us 18 minutes ago.
My apologies for not reading the chat, 'cause I have got it up on OBS, but I haven't had OBS open. I will be looking at chat now, though. See Big Bruiser, he is currently the slowest car on track, setting a 136.7, which is the closest car to him is 1.7 seconds ahead, so he's going to have to pull out a very good lap here if he wants to get ahead. And he is going to go on to his lap now. You see him turn on his overtake and barrel down the main straight as he goes into turn 1. Massive ramp up into hard braking. It's a very tough corner to go through. He doesn't take it the best, locking that front left a little bit and not able to turn in, missing the apex, but see if he could recover it, but no, he is just going to give up on that lap now. I think he did.
Something we missed. There is Small Nick in first place for now, who has retired, so he's very confident with his qualifying lap, doesn't want to do another one. And well, I feel the same as we are watching Ethan, the guy in P2 right now on his out lap. This guy's going to be racing himself. Yeah. Oh, it's on his flying lap. Yeah. My apologies. Yeah, he's going to be racing himself to try and beat Small Nick. He needs to get that 1-2 tenths to get ahead of Small Nick on the DRS straight there behind some traffic as well. I think all the cars ahead of him are also on their laps now. He is going to be keeping his distance for now. I don't think he's got enough pace to even catch up yet, but he's going to get off that DRS straight now. Very smooth corner exit there, keeping it very nice and smooth, very clean. Maybe tailing the cars using their slipstreams, as the Williams does actually give him the position to race himself. I think the Williams made a mistake during his lap. As we're watching Ethan now through sector 3, finishing up the final few corners now. He's had a very smooth drive, a bit wide there on the second last corner though, but will he make it? Will he have enough time to make up for that on the main straight now, finishing up with that? That puts him in first place at 131.2. That is 4 tenths faster than Small Nick, putting Ethan in first place for the race tomorrow. And that is if no one else who's currently on the track finishes faster than him. But with how it's going, I don't think that's even a possibility.
What a lap. That is a crazy lap, but we are going to see Beth now finishing his lap, see if he can go faster. He looks like he is on good pace. He might actually get it. No, just out. He's going to stay in P3 for now. Just 1 tenth behind Small Nick. Could have got that P2 spot, but very close from these drivers. He should be very happy with that. Yeah,
very close competition. We've got Dez finishing up his lap now. A guy who finished second yesterday, and he finishes first. A 131.2 as well. He is about 1/100th of a second faster than him. Than Ethan.
God, absolute scenes in qualifying for COTA. crazy laps from so many drivers, and Des Mucky just finally just getting the edge. He does qualify 100th ahead of Ethan, so very close pace between those two. And I'm sure those two will be fighting each other for the race.
Yeah, very good lap times from the qualifying session today. We've got a very close gaps between all the drivers, especially in the top 5 area. As you can see now, your list of drivers. Kenzo, if you want to read it off.
Yep, we have P1 Des Mucky, a 131.2. We have Ethan Logan with a 131.214, just 100th away. We got Small Nick with a 131.6. And now down the grid we have Beth, Rip Brannon, Adam, Zaki, Kraft, Jonathan, Sheepmaster, Steph, Dash, and Big Bruiser.
I think we're in for a treat today.
Very much so.
The wheel-to-wheel action is going to be quite insane, especially during that Sector 1, Sector 3 area. Loads of turns, loads of corners. The wheel-to-wheel action will be very fun to watch, and loads of big DRS straights, especially that Sector 2 straight after turn 11.
Everyone grab your popcorn. This is going to be a race to remember. I must say, just ignore the low polygon crowd. They are a bit scary.
I've never even realised that myself.
It's because I've got them on low. Because you never see the crowd in the race.
Yeah, you're going too fast.
What?
You go too fast to realise the polygons on these guys.
Yeah.
But yeah, we are just now waiting for all the drivers to finish up with their setups and their fuel strategies and stints with their teammates. So as we wait for everyone to finish up, we are going to be here building up for formation lap now as we go. People are rolling away now. We've got a few of the drivers off now. We're going to be very close to race today. Not that many drivers today, though, and a few late starts you can see back there. We've still got a few drivers still trying to get off the grid. So some drivers just really not moving off, but we are eventually making our way. We've got some cars going wide in a formation lap.
Yep, disqualified. Jonathan and Kraft disqualified for going very far off the track there. But yeah, we are going to just look at these strategies real quick. The only car on the hards, Rip Brannon in the Aston Martin. Completely different strategy than everyone else. Maybe he's looking to just try and get a decent start off the line and then maybe just overcut everybody and overtake everyone on the better tyres.
Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see how those tyres work out for him. We're going to have a lot of people going a bit faster than him, but he's going to have that tyre wear over everyone else. He's going to be on the track for a few more laps than everyone else, assumably nothing goes wrong. We are watching a few of the back markers now, a bit far behind from the pack, but very soon probably going to make their way onto the grid with the rest, and it's going to be fun to watch the guys in the back because there's a lot of different paces up there. There's going to be people going faster than the rest, and there's going to be some people who defend better than others. So it's going to be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I must congratulate Des Mucky on 3 poles this season. See that message in the chat. Very, very good drives. And we can see your pace. It's insane. Yeah, you can show it with more people.
Yeah, let's see if today Des can pull off a pole to podium first place finish. Last race we didn't see that. He did finish very close second, but not quite first. But it's going to be, let's hope he gets it. We did see the possible race strategies there. We didn't really get to list them, but
yeah, there was.
Yeah, we are watching.
There was 1 medium to hard, 1 stop, and then a 2-stop medium hard.
Which I don't think Rip Brandon's going to be doing. We are watching now.
Quite a few drivers disqualified.
Yep. We've got everyone else lining up on the grid now, almost ready to start the race, ready to go lights out. Everyone now ready, really trying to get that optimal position for parking on that grid spot. Everyone's parked up now. We will be building up to 5 red lights in just a minute here. Here we go, building up now. We can't see the cameras for some reason, but we are building up to 5 red lights, and we are waiting for the go. We're underway now. Got a bunch of the drivers moving. Already got Jonathan getting a few overtakes as well. Adam and back midfield, and Kraft getting a bad start, putting himself in back place. Small Nick fighting Ethan already wheel to wheel as very close action is occurring around the midfield. We got Britt Brannon just really using those hard tires, very fast paced that hard. Small Nick and Ethan just still fighting each other out as we are going for the S turn, but Small Nick falling behind a little bit. Beth getting the overtake on Small Nick, but Small Nick not allowing that. He's just going back, getting that overtake position, getting that overtake and getting the position back. Making our way into sector 2 now. We've got a bunch of the drivers. We've got, I think that's, oh! A few of the drivers back there. Big Bruiser completely backwards on the track. Full loss of his car. Very unfortunate start for him. We're seeing Jonathan overtake his teammate on the longest straight in Sector 2 with no DRS just yet. That'll be opening next up. We are seeing Dez and Ethan, though, I think, fight each other. Very close between those guys up there. Kenzog. Yeah, Dez and Ethan, real close action, just like Monza. We saw these guys really close, especially near the end of the race, wheel-to-wheel action in that race we saw, and maybe we'll probably be seeing a lot more of that this race. Dez making a 3/10 gap between himself and Ethan, very well managing to keep his pace up high, trying to avoid having to fight Ethan. Not many overtakes are being made though. We do have a slow driver, Steph, just going completely slow on track in Sector 3, causing a yellow flag. And we already have a divide between the packs. We've got a front pack and a back pack, and then just some back markers. So, very interesting to have a gap that big already as we are getting into lap 2 now.
Yeah, it's already just all the drivers. You see two basically just DRS trains. A very good start from a lot of these drivers actually. Very close wheel-to-wheel action. Not many incidents. We did see two cars spin each other out there. Big Bruiser getting the worst of it, as he is 4 seconds behind the car ahead, which is Steph. We see Beth overtaking Small Nick on that little straight there. So must just got a better corner exit, as maybe he is going to try and get that place back on this DRS zone. Beth doesn't have the DRS. They are going to go wheel to wheel, and he is maybe just going to get that position. He is. He's going to be ahead at the apex, and Beth cannot come back at him. So far, pretty close driving from this top pack. We see Kraft and Dash going wheel to wheel. The Haas is not too close behind. Maybe the Haas is could work together here to try and get past, but no, they are just going to go wheel to wheel with each other, fighting each other. As we just see Jonathan back off a bit, but he does come right back at him with a switchback. Maybe going for another switchback again if he can get it. Yet they are going wheel to wheel once again. These two teammates, no concerns for each other. Just Sheepmaster sending Jonathan really wide there. I don't think it's the best strategy to fight with your teammate like that, especially in the position that you're in, because you are fighting for points. If you can get ahead of Dash and Kraft, you will get more points for your team, and they have built up quite the gap after them fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely quite risky to see two teammates fighting each other, especially only 2 laps in. Very risky game they're playing, especially you can see quite a big gap being made. We are watching from the helicopter view very nicely through that Sector 1 area. Looks really cool up here as we are watching from Adam's perspective. We did miss last lap, though. We did see Ethan overtake Dez and then Dez get that position back. But not much has already happened since then. Just a few gaps being made in the DRS zone. We are seeing Ethan overtake Dez on the DRS straight. Going just really fast, flying through there, making his way to the apex. Now, Dez maybe trying to go for a move on the apex, and not quite happening, though. They are right next to each other, tail on wing action being made here on Sector 3. We're seeing Adam overtake Britt Brannon near the top 5 area. A lot of switching back occurring. These guys are going wheel to wheel through Sector 3. Very close between the Williams and the Aston Martin. Really beautifully on that track limit. The Britt Brannon going a bit on too tight on the inside line over the curb, but still wheel to wheel as they are going through the final corners of their current lap. But Adam is making sure he stays out on top as they go into the DRS zone now.
We do see Desmocky getting that overtake on Ethan Logan, as well as Small Nick getting past Beth. That DRS zone just very overpowered, especially if you can stay within around 3-4 tenths and use your ERS to the fullest. You will just get that position so easily. Not much on-track action happening right now. We do see Beth pretty close to Small Nick now. He might try and make a move on this DRS zone. And we might see also a move from Ethan Logan, which is going to happen. Just back and forth, these drivers. I think they are just DRS training to get away from the pack. And then they could fight immediately after. We do see Beth get past Small Nick now. Not too much fighting from Small Nick, because he just doesn't have the pace without that DRS. We can see the pack just splitting more and more as the laps go on. We just see like 3 drivers, 2 drivers, and quite a bit of a slide there from Jonathan going through that corner. Not ideal if he wants to escape. Dash is almost going to come right at him, almost goes to that dive bomb, but Jonathan closes it off very well. As we are going to head on to lap 5.
Yeah, very good race start, especially for Ethan and Dez. They've been just increasing their gap together. Don't know if it's on purpose, but they've been going real fast and just escaping the rest of the pack. 2 seconds ahead of Beth. But a very good day for Mercedes so far. It's going really well for them. Putting at 2 and 3, very good points so far if they finish in these positions. We are seeing Williams, Adam going spun off with Rip Brannon. I think some contact was made there for turn 1, and Rip Brannon does just retire. He does just give up on the race because of that accident. Very unfortunate end for his race, but definitely didn't have to finish there. Maybe he had a bit of a chance to be in the points, but I could see his frustration there. Very unfortunate accident there at turn 1. We didn't quite see what happened, but it was a very unfortunate finish for him. Up near the top, though, we do see Dez overtake Ethan with the DRS zone. Even more increasing their gap by 5 tenths in that DRS area. Insanely fast, these 2 drivers. It's very fun to watch these guys drive, even if they're fighting each other or working together for some reason, even though they're on opposite teams. Very close. Ethan just really trying to catch up before any DRS zone, but these turns, maybe he's just not able to perfect them. But we are watching now. He is very well sticking behind. Let's go a bit wide on there. Well, I don't know what we missed here, though. Oh! We're watching Sheep. I think purposely fully damaged his car.
Yeah,
I think he's given up.
Sheep Master just completely gave up. He stopped in the middle of the track, let Steph by, and then immediately after just slamming into the wall, destroying his wing.
Yeah, it's gonna be a full safety car because of these guys. I think something else happened with Big Bruiser, but I didn't quite know if it was. We did see Steph get a drive-through penalty for speeding under the safety car. Loads of cars already pitting. Looks like switching to that hard tire, maybe for the rest of the race. Very don't know if it's a risky move, but it's definitely something that might work out. I mean, if all of the drivers are doing it, then it probably must work, right? But yeah, we are going to be watching as everyone's now. A lot of drivers have pitted. Not the top 3 though. These guys have stayed out on their medium tires. 5 laps old now. They're taking quite a risk actually. If everyone else is pitting, they might as well do so because it really helps you get that optimal tire strategy if you're following everyone else.
If they do manage to do the same tire strategy than everyone else, they will win the race with their pace. As long as they don't make any mistakes, make any incidents happen. You could just see a win from them if they stick to the strategy that everybody else is doing. But maybe they have other plans. And maybe they're better than what we had planned. And everybody else had planned. Could see some genius plays from the top 3.
We cannot speak much for these guys because they're way more experienced than we are in racing.
They might pit this lap instead after seeing everybody else pit. Have to see if they decide to or not.
Yeah, we're just watching from the front of the pack here. Everyone in the safety car just following along behind the Aston Martin safety car. Yeah, we are seeing though Dez and Ethan go to the pit lane as well as Small Nick. Small Nick, they're going for a smash to Vettel, and he does make it work. He does get to overtake on Ethan. Very cheeky overtake there, but it did work. Will he make it stick though? We'll see. This is actually quite a interesting scenario, and he does get ahead of Ethan. Ethan most likely going to be upset about that, but if it's within the rules of the game, it's within the rules of the race. Very interesting to see an overtake under a safety car, especially a legal one.
Yeah, that was very risky from him, but it did pay off.
That could actually be a game changer for the rest of the race if Small Nick gets a good start and Ethan doesn't. We do see a lot of the drivers actually lined up on the safety car, but one car very far behind, Big Bruiser. The Williams 13 seconds behind the pack, and we're probably going to be catching up within this lap or the next. Still no news of the safety car going back in yet, but we are, as I say that, we do have the safety car in this lap. Big Bruiser not actually quite behind the pack, he's almost there. Okay, he's caught up now, he's made it. Lucky him, he's barely made it in time. But everyone now lining up on the grid, lining up in the safety car line now. We've got loads of cars wheel to wheel. I don't know if that's actually allowed because some leagues don't allow that. We're not quite sure about this one. Bit of contact between Sheep and Ethan. Very unfortunate there. Don't know if Sheep took any damage there. Looks completely fine from our view, but might be minor damage. But yeah, Sheep very closely following these guys. And Dash going ahead of them, I think. I don't know what's going on, actually. A bit of a... And they're just... Okay, slow up at the front of the queue now. We've got those cars. I think we're getting ready for the green now. And we're definitely green now, as we are seeing all the cars now speed off. We're seeing Steph overtake Dash as well. Not many moves being made, but we do see Dash having to defend from two drivers. We're seeing Adam overtake Jonathan for turn one. We're seeing Steph overtake Dash. And Dez behind still. These Dez, Small Nick, and Ethan, all three together just around the back of the field. But we are seeing Steph having to really defend from Dash. Very close between these guys. Nearly tail wing action being made through the Sector 1 corners. But into Sector 2 now, waiting for this lap. DRS, we're seeing Dash, though, going wheel to wheel with Dez. As they make their way onto Sector 2 straight. And Dez does get ahead of Dash. That's going to be quite a big advantage for Dez if he does proceed up the rest of the grid. Not much being made. We're seeing Dez overtake Steph as well. 2 overtakes within 1 sector. Very impressive drive from Dez today. He's going to give himself quite the gap from Small Nick and Ethan. It's going to give him a big advantage if he gets up to the front again. But we do see Ethan, I think, overtake... No, we're seeing Ethan close with Steph, but not quite getting the overtake.
He did overtake Small Nick before, though, as Small Nick just went a bit wide and Ethan went for that dive bomb. We do see Dash go a bit wide there. Just really far off that track limits. But he does manage to keep his 7th place. No idea if there was a warning there. We do see Steph, though, with that drive-through penalty that he got from speeding under the safety car. He did do the same tyre strategy as everybody else. We do see Ethan get past Small Nick. Small Nick did overtake him on that DRS zone, but immediately Ethan getting that place back. Steph Steph getting very close to Dash's rear there, almost tapping into his rear, but just avoiding him. This is going to be very interesting because we see a lot of fast cars at the back of the grid now. Steph maybe going to go around the outside. He is going to get squeezed out a little bit. Dash really getting those elbows out, and he does get his elbows out. And Ethan as well, overtaking. And a little bit of contact, really just not giving him much room there. Dash sending him almost onto the grass there. We do see some car parts flying. We do see almost 4 wide into that corner. Not quite like making that stick, but Smolnik is going to get ahead of Steph now, and he's going to chase after Ethan Logan.
We do actually see Des and Ethan and Nick, all three together in the same part of the lineup again, but quite a gap between Ethan and Des, 2 seconds. So Ethan and Smolnik really need to make up that time to get back up to fighting Des if they want to compete. We do see Kraft overtake Zaki actually into Zaki and Kraft actually fighting. Especially during that Sector 1 first few corners, and still just right behind each other now as we're going in Sector 2. Not many moves being made at the moment, but still trying to follow along. We do see Des overtake Adam, though. Very well done with him. Adam not even trying to challenge into that corner. He definitely had the space to, but definitely didn't go for it. Maybe he knows he's just too slow for Des, because Des is just setting insane pace. We do see Adam actually with DRS overtaking Des. Des just falling behind, being wheel to wheel with Jonathan into this turn, but Jonathan does actually concede, letting Des get ahead of him. We're seeing Smolnik and Ethan wheel to wheel. Smolnik is ahead just for a little bit, but Ethan just on the outside getting ahead, and he's going to get the inside line. He's going to get ahead of Nick, but Nick trying to go for the switchback, not quite making a little bit of contact with Ethan's tail, not quite getting there, and 2 turns behind Ethan now. Will he challenge Ethan at any point soon? Maybe on a DRS then that we're going to see coming up.
We do see 3 wide, Jonathan, Adam, and Des going 3 wide through the straight. All of them have DRS. We'll see who can come out on top in this corner. 3 wide through the corner. Jonathan on the inside, and Des and Adam just taking each other out. I think just a little bit of wheel locking there. Des tries to get on the power, but no, just spinning out. He got on the power a bit too fast there. That is pretty bad for his race. He did start on pole, but all the way down in P10 after the safety car restart. That is very unfortunate for him.
That's quite a bad mistake from Des. Really unfortunate. He was really contending for that high position, but just didn't go right for him. I think we did see Adam and Des lock wheels, and that put them both off the track in turn 1. Very unfortunate circumstances.
Jonathan, who was in the inside line of that 3 wide going through that corner, coming out the best. He is currently in P5, but he does get that position lost to Small Nick. But oh my god, Small Nick just kind of side tapping him there. I don't think that was an accident. That looked very intentional there. Just kind of weaving on the racing line and smacking straight into Jonathan. It's a shame, because Smolnik seems to be driving a pretty good race. He seems to be driving pretty clean. So was Jonathan. And Jonathan's actually having a pretty good race, but he definitely doesn't need that to happen. Smolnik going a little bit wide on the track limits of that corner. But we are going to go on to lap 12.
Right, let's see if we can even notice Dash here. Really trying to get up to Adam. Getting that position to P7. Definitely, you can see Dash is very eager to get that position. He's really keeping his pace high, right behind Adam, even through the very twisty turns of Sector 1. Into Sector 2 now, onto the corner before the DRS, straight in here. Adam just really struggling to increase his pace to get away from Dash, and Dash does open his wing up. Adam not quite making it happen. We do see a few drivers in the front of the pack. Kraft is losing to Zaki. Ethan and actually making it in P2 at the moment. Very impressive drive from him. Really having to defend from Kraft. Kraft really tried to challenge him there through turn, I think, 15 that was. No, 16, sorry. We are watching Kraft just still trying to keep up, trying to keep that pace high, but very slowly we are seeing the gap increase. And we do see Dash ahead of Adam from earlier. But Dash does go wide off the second last corner, and Adam getting slightly ahead, wheel to wheel through the final corner. But Dash not quite making it happen onto the next lap, just really close for competition between these two.
Wow, it's amazing how this mid pack can just stay so consistently on each other. Adam did have a pretty bad incident with Dez, but he's still competing with Dash now. That is a very good drive from him, managing to recover from that incident pretty well. Still staying ahead of Dash now. Pretty good defense from him so far from what we've seen. We are going to go onto this DRS zone. It'll be tough to defend here. But we'll see if he can do it. We do see Dez get past Sheepmaster. Dez was also involved in the incident with Adam. Now starting his recovery drive. We do see Kraft overtaking Smolnik. I do believe that is just on the DRS zone alone. We see wheel to wheel Dash and Adam. Very good from them two. Little bit of a slide, a little bit of grip loss from Adam there. Did manage to recover it, but he has lost quite a bit of time. 8/10 down now. And Sheepmaster picks up a track limits warning as we do see him on the gravel. So not the best circumstance for him. He is still in P10 by a pretty large margin, so I don't think that penalty will hurt him too much, considering the gap.
Yeah, moving on to the next lap now, lap 14, halfway through this race now. We see Kraft really trying to challenge Nick, but Nick getting ahead. So Ethan and Nick went from back of the pack nearly after the safety car, all the way up to the top 4 again. A very good drive from those two. Dez was up there. He probably would have been in first place by now if it wasn't for his crash with Adam a few laps ago. We're watching, speaking of Adam, we're watching him defend from Dash once again through the S turns. Really close drive between these two. Tail to wing action as always through this section. Getting up to Sector 2 now into the DRS zone, right the corner right before we do see that Dash does get the DRS zone hit, and his wing will be open on the DRS straight. So it's going to be very difficult for Adam to defend from this as Dash's wing does open. Same with Dez. Dez right behind these two, really like preying on them. Very impressive as we do see Dash, I think, wheel to wheel. No, but Dash does concede from challenging. Never mind, he does go on the outside actually now, challenging wheel to wheel, but does not quite make a wheel to wheel. Dez just trying to get a double overtake here. He's on the inside line, not quite making it happen. Wheel to wheel with Adam still. But Dash does block off Dez. I know we did see contact. Don't know if we saw any damage. We did see some debris fly off, but don't know if it's actual damage. Probably minor, but we do see Adam and Dash are still fighting each other here through Sector 3. But Dash does go wide. Dez does get ahead of him. Wheel to wheel into the final corner. Still wheel to wheel with Adam. Dez is just still trying to challenge these guys. Really just trying to get his positions back from that last mistake that he just had a few laps ago.
And he does go round the outside. What a recovery drive from Dez. He's still competing with this mid-pack, and he might actually get ahead of P6, P5 by the end of this race. He might actually make it to the podium if he can. But only took him a few laps just to get back to Adam. That he was the driver that he had the incident with, and he has caught back up to him. Adam did lose quite a bit of time, but definitely not as much as Des did, because he struggled to get on that power on the after that incident. We do see Small Nick leave the session. I think that might be a crash for him. That's not too great. Maybe just a disconnect or a crash. That's not going to be good for him, as his AI is going to be driving. He's already losing loads of time. Already 9/10 behind Kraft. That is going to be terrible for him. I've had this happen to me quite a few times. It's not fun. You're just rushing to get back in. You have no idea where your AI has put you, and yeah, he is going to have to start his own recovery drive as well as Des.
Yeah, really unfortunate for Small Nick to get disconnected like that, but we are watching. We should be watching from. Let's see. Let's go. There's not much action occurring at the moment throughout the race. So we are going to be just sitting around trying to find with any action, but we might see Dash and Adam maybe. These guys very close to each other still. For the last few laps, they've just been fighting each other, and that's maybe why Des had such an easy time catching up to these two. Watching through the turns of Sector 1, Dash is keeping his pace high. Switching down a gear even just to like get the RPMs high and just stay right behind him. As you can see, he's just really right on him with his wing, just touching that tail of Adam's Williams car there. Really close with Dash. As Dash maybe looking for a move on the inside there, but not seeing one. But Adam does get a bad corner exit, and Dash does get ahead before the DRS straight. That's going to give him a huge advantage as his wing does open up, and Adams does not have an open wing, but these two still wheel to wheel. But Dash just slightly getting ahead, maybe. Still wheel to wheel, never mind. A little bit of contact with the wheels there on the stuff as Adams go a little bit wide on the outside, and Adam trying to make a move on the inside, trying to make it stick, but not quite, getting a lot of slip there on the inside, and that's going to cost him that position. He's going to go back now 6/10 behind Dash. That might have costed him that position there and that fight there with Dash. Very unfortunate end to the fight for Adam, but very good end to the fight with Dash.
We do also see Jonathan now gets ahead of Small Nick's AI. That AI is really not doing him any favors. He is still ghosted, which means his AI is still there. Adam, very slow on track. And so was Dash. I think they had a little incident there and just gave each other the place back. I don't know what happened. I didn't see any cautions. But these two, maybe just good sportsmanship there. Make sure to give each other the places back. We have seen them go wheel to wheel for the rest of the race, so we could consider these guys buddies. Obviously still pretty hard racing though, as we have seen. We see Adam go on that inside line, a little bit of a dive bomb there, maybe going to go for the switch back, a little bit right in the track limits. Dash covers that off very nicely, but Adam maybe trying to get the better exit out of that corner. Can't quite get it, but never mind, the dive bomb straight through. He is going to get that position, but Dash maybe just going to let him by so we can get the DRS on this straight. But never mind, Adam gets the DRS instead. Must have just been behind right at the DRS mark. So that's very unfortunate for Dash, but he's going to stay with him. Not too much time lost. He does lock that front left a little bit there. But still 3/10 behind him, even on that DRS. You see Kraft now. He's going very fast. Right behind Zaki. Zaki is going to cover off that inside line, going to go really defensive. Kraft maybe going to go a bit slower to try and get that switch back, but covered off very nicely from Zaki there. Just sacrificed all of his exit speed just for that.
Yeah, Zaki really just not getting quite the perfect racing line there for turn 1, so definitely gave Kraft a chance to catch up there. We are seeing a bit of track limits being abused with Kraft there, and it's definitely helping him catch up to Zaki. Zaki just maybe having to worry a little bit about the good driver behind him. We're going to be a lot of competition here as we are watching them enter into Sector 2 now, into the DRS zone. Kraft most definitely got that DRS, and he's going to open his wing up anytime soon now. We are seeing a 3-second time penalty for Sheep, that looks like. Actually, no, that's
It's
Dash.
yeah.
That is not good for Dash. We did see Dash and Adam fighting, and that might cost him that race. We do see Kraft overtake Zaki on the DRS straight into the apex, getting the fully ahead of Zaki. Very good overtake from him. Maybe if he'll be able to defend it long enough and get a gap right before the next DRS zone in Sector 1. But Zaki just staying right behind him, not allowing Kraft to escape. As they go really fast here through Sector 3, the second last corner being made, as we do see Zaki go a little bit wide, but keeping his pace high into the final corner now of this lap 2019. And so I think it's lap 18 actually, and entering lap 19 now.
Yeah, it's most of this race we have seen Adam and Dashi very close behind each other, but all of a sudden Zaki and Kraft just right on each other's tail. I don't know where that came from, but DeSmucky is going to get past Smolnik's AI. He still has not got back into this race. This is very unfortunate from him. I believe he went from P3 or 4 all the way back down to P7. He went, he started the race in P2, I think it was. And he's just dropped down under the safety car because he pit a bit late. He gained those places back and then immediately just lost them because he has been kicked out of this race. I think he's just really hoping that he can get an invite or just get sent back in. We can't invite him because we don't have him added. So yeah, it's just going to be very unfortunate for him. He's going to hope that someone invites him. Maybe his teammate isn't here. Otherwise, his teammate might have invited him.
Yeah, really unfortunate day for Smolnik. We do see a bit of a yellow flag there near the back with Steph, I think. I think he went slow through that corner into Sector 2. But we do see Dash and Adam fighting each other wheel to wheel once again. Adam just going really wide as Dash takes the inside of the track limits, but these guys are still wheel to wheel, and Dash just slightly ahead, and putting a Max Verstappen on him, going wide with him, with Dash going wide with Adam. Adam not quite taking it well. He's trying to push Dash out the way. Sorry. And I did take this lap very early on from Kenzog, but I don't think you'll mind.
Yeah, no, I'm sick of talking already.
It's your job, mate.
Shut up.
Yeah, we have had quite the eventful race today, as and as I say eventful, we do see Adam just wheel to wheel with Dash and through Sector 1 here. There are a lot of corners, and Adam does get ahead. He does pull ahead. Very impressive drivers. Dash is trying to push him wheel to wheel. These guys are not being so friendly anymore. A lot of contact and shoving occurring. But it's causing for quite an impressive fight. We do see Kraft and Zaki up ahead fighting each other a little bit. I think Kraft pulling ahead just for now after the DRS zone.
Do you see Beth and Ethan Logan very close together as well? Sorry for cutting you off there, but these guys are very, very close now after not being too close for most of this race. We could see Ethan Logan try and go for his second win in a row, as he is going to get DRS now. Maybe just going to try and use that ERS and make a move through this corner. Beth maybe going to try and cover that off, and he does do pretty well. He is just very far ahead as well. We do see Zaki overtake Kraft on that DRS zone as well. And Ethan Logan trying to go wheel to wheel with Beth, but can't quite, as Beth covers that lane off. There is a DRS zone yet to come, and we do see Ethan with plenty of ERS to use. Beth also with ERS, but that DRS advantage is going to give Ethan a huge speed boost through the straight, so we could see him make an overtake here. Saving his ERS a little bit, we do see him deploy his ERS now, and that wing is open. DRS is now enabled, and he is going to go for that move right on the inside. And he's just going to make that stick. Not enough time for Beth to come back at him, as they just go through the corner normally. Once again, Kraft and Zaki wheel to wheel again. Kraft goes for that dive bomb, gets it, but Zaki maybe has the better exit, but still Kraft covering off the racing lines very well, almost perfectly. Little bit of wheel to wheel action there. Just couldn't quite get the nose in. But Zaki is still just going to stay behind him for the rest of this lap and maybe try and make a move on the DRS zone. We could see a double McLaren podium if Zaki can get this place. This would be very good points for the team, especially after Ethan won the previous race. Zaki is going to get that DRS open now.
Yeah, pretty close racing, especially a very good day for McLaren so far. 1 and 3, and if Zaki catches up for the next 10 seconds, the next 7 laps, we could see a 1-2 with the McLaren, or if Beth makes a mistake. But yeah, we're still waiting to see Des climb up the ranks, because he is in P6, but he is only 6 tenths behind Jonathan, who's in 5th. So Des still on his returning drive, and just right behind Jonathan. We did see Jonathan had a little bit of slip there through sector 1 near the end. There as Des just stays right behind him. Most likely got that DRS. We'll just have to see in just a moment. Beth does get ahead of Ethan up in the front there. And we are seeing Jonathan try to fend from Des, but Des just keeping his pace really high, wheel to wheel a little bit there. As Des stays on the racing line, Jonathan really far off it. Not very smart sometimes to go that far off the line, but Des does get ahead after the apex, and that will be him up in P5 for the continuation of this race. Not sure if that... We'll see if he stays there for now, but he's done a very impressive drive. Very well done to catch up the top competing drivers, especially when he went from P10 after the accident with Adam like half the race ago. And yeah, Jonathan just not able to keep up, already nearly a second behind.
I just cannot believe how fast Des has made this recovery. He could actually be on for a podium. Obviously not. He won't be able to get a P2 or P1 finish, considering how far the drivers away are. But with his current pace, he could be on for a podium, absolutely. With Zaki and Kraft still fighting, they are definitely losing a lot of time to him. As you do see them go through the twisty-turny section, this beautiful helicopter cam. Watching them go through, Zaki is just going to stay behind him for now. Maybe try and get the DRS on this next DRS zone. Just keeping their pace high and make sure to keep those tyres nice and warm, and also just nice and just look after them, basically. Couldn't find the word. Do see Beth go past Ethan Logan on that DRS zone. It's pretty normal for this DRS zone to just have so many overtakes. We have seen loads of overtakes this session. A little bit of wheel banging there from Zaki and Kraft. Kraft just not wanting to give that position away, but he is going to have to, considering just the pace of DRS in this game, especially when you enable that ERS for the speed boost right at the start of the DRS. Oh, and Kraft just spinning Zaki there. I think Zaki turned into him a bit, but also Kraft went for a little bit of a dive bomb. I will call that a racing incident, but that is going to be pretty bad for Zaki. He's not too far behind, though. Very good recovery, but he is going to go very wide on that on the exit of that corner. Still only 4 tenths back, so he has not lost quite a bit. But Des Mucky right behind them already. 1 second, almost within DRS range.
Yeah, very impressive drive from Des. We do see Zaki though, even though we did see Zaki get into an accident just a second ago with Kraft. Zaki does get ahead of Kraft after the turn 1 area of the track. Now through the turns of sector 1, we're just seeing Kraft just right behind Zaki there. We're really trying to stay behind him, but we did maybe struggling with the grip now. We are very late into the race with these hard tires. These hard tires must be very worn. I don't know if we can get the tire stats pulled up, but yeah, these tires have been going through hell for most of the race even. Yeah, as you can see now, we've got 18 lap old tires even. We do see Beth overtake Ethan Logan near the end of that DRS straight in that corner. We didn't actually get to see it, but that is the current situation with Ethan staying right behind. Dez, though, overtaking Kraft, though, making his way back onto P4 now. He's now got to fight for P3. It's going to be very close between this Dez and Zaki for the next lap or so, because it's going to be because of Dez's insane pace. We could see Dez get into P3 within the next lap or so, and he went from P10. Very good drive today from him. Most likely going to receive driver of the day, because that is quite an impressive drive. He does get a little bit of slide there, but he does make it work. I think he's going to be fighting Zaki there as we're watching now. Yeah, Dez going to go on the inside line of the final corner there onto the main straight, but not quite making it happen. Wheel to wheel with Kraft a little bit there, not a little bit of contact, but nothing much happened. And Dez does not get the overtake on Zaki, so for now.
We do see Dez go on the inside line, a little bit of a dive bomb, a little bit of contact made as well as Zaki tries to go on that normal racing line. Wasn't expecting a dive bomb from Dez. But he does make that stick, and it was a very good move. But Zaki unfortunately couldn't. Dez, unfortunately couldn't take the place, as Zaki does get a good exit out of that corner, and he is still losing time to Zaki now. Maybe a little bit of damage, possibly. I don't see any, but he could have some possible side damage that we can't see, or even just a little crack in his wing that will affect his aerodynamics. But he is going to open his DRS now, and he's going to go on the outside line of Zaki. See if he can make this move stick. They are going to go wheel to wheel through this corner. A little bit of contact made there, but still wheel to wheel. And Dez is going to get that place now. Maybe a possible switch back from Zaki, which he does make. Still wheel to wheel. But I think Dez is just going to come out a little bit ahead now. And that is the case. Very close driving so far. We have seen Zaki and Kraft go at it for many laps, and Dez just cutting that off and overtaking both of them in the matter of 1 to 2 laps. Kraft also gets a 3-second penalty for track limits. There's a lot of penalties for track limits, even on this standard corner cutting. It's quite absurd, but it's normal. Kraft just went very slow in the racing line.
Kraft maybe just giving up?
Maybe. I don't see why he would. He has pretty good points. He just kind of let Jonathan pass. Went very slow. I think maybe he just wanted to give Jonathan a chance to go ahead, because Jonathan was going to overtake him with the penalties. Some pretty good sportsmanship if that is the case. But yeah, we do see Beth very close to Ethan Logan. Now they're going to go wheel to wheel.
Yeah, really close drive between these two guys. Just Beth and Ethan just really trying to fight each other as hard as they can. It's going to be quite close between the end. We might see another photo finish even if they keep it up like this.
Oh no.
Oh no, indeed.
Were these the same drivers that had a photo finish last time, or was that Dez?
That was Ethan and Dez. And
right.
then Beth, I think, was third.
Yeah, so good points for Mercedes then, but we might see good points for Mercedes and McLaren if they can keep these positions. Obviously, Mercedes.
Yeah, we are. If Zaki manages to keep his pace high, he could fight Dez once again and maybe give McLaren that 2-3 podium position. We do see Ethan just really closely tailing behind Beth into Sector 1 of the final lap. Nearing the final lap, sorry. We're getting very close to the end of this race, and we are seeing these two drivers still fighting it out for this win today. Through Sector 1 still of the turns, we are nearly catching up to the laps drivers. We're seeing Steph just barely ahead in Sector 2. So we might even get close to seeing a lap driver up ahead, but maybe not lapping them just quite. Entering Sector 2 though now, Sector 2's DRS, so now Beth maybe getting a bit of a slow exit there, but Ethan staying right behind. We've got a yellow flag, which is going to be Steph, I think. But Ethan going to open DRS, going to be not quite challenging him. I think Ethan's going to stay behind Beth until the end of the race. I think he's going to stay behind him until the final lap and just overtake him right at the end.
Yeah, if that is the case, there's a pretty short DRS zone, so that definitely won't be the case. We do see Dash pit for the softs. I think he's gonna go for that fastest lap, so that'll be interesting to see him go for it. We are not gonna be able to watch him though, because Ethan and Beth just very close. We might be able to watch segments of the lap, but we will not be able to watch all of it. But Beth and Ethan Logan just very close racing. I think Ethan is literally just going to go for a move on the final lap, so Beth can't get the DRS. I think Beth knows that as well. He is going to try his best. He might even concede a position to get ahead on that DRS zone, because there is the DRS zone on the back straight, which is very easy to overtake on. And yeah, Ethan just saving up his ERS. Beth also saving up quite a bit of ERS, ready for that straight. He doesn't have as much as Ethan though. Ethan is just staying behind, just really riding that track limits there. That would be a track limits if it was on strict, but it is on standard. You can see him really abusing the corners quite a lot here, and just not getting any warnings for it. We are going to go onto this DRS zone that I mentioned might give Ethan the place.
It's going to get exciting.
Yeah, this will be very close. We do see Steph right ahead of him. He is a lapped car, so we will have to concede the position for these two battling. Just imagine you're a lap car and you see these two bombing straight down at you, and they just thread the needle around him. Obviously, he is ghosted, but oh wow, they're really just hard racing there. Beth really didn't want to concede the position. Ethan just kind of going a little bit wide, pulling a Verstappen, and a dive bomb from Beth. And he is going to push him.
Contact.
He is going to push him wide off the track. Quite a bit of contact there. Yeah, very good from these two now. I think Ethan is going to stick it out for the rest of the race, and he is going to get that position. Very close racing from these two, and a very good race. Very good points for them.
And that's going to be Ethan taking the win today at the Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix here in Texas, as well as Beth finishing only 6/10 behind. Des now 14 seconds. May I just say, very impressive for Ethan and Logan and Beth to be fighting in a 15-second gap as Des crosses that finish line. We've got Steph crossing the line as well as a lap car. Zaki finishing up. We've got a bunch of the midfield drivers now finishing up there. We're going to see their penalties take place as well. We've got a few drivers with penalties. They might fall down on the grid. You'll see on the left there on the graphics. As we do have Adam finishing up now, as well as Small Nick, who's still the AI. He never returns to the race. Very unfortunate for him. He was in P4 near P3 before he got disconnected and never came back. So he finishes that, puts him in P8.
Yeah, I'm going to watch Dash go for the fastest lap attempt. He has used all of his ERS. And we will see if he gets the fastest lap by the end of the race, as he is going to go through the final corner now, and he's going to cross the line. Does he get it? No.
Not quite, but he was 2 seconds faster than his personal best. Maybe we can see that the fastest laps of the session today. That'll be in detail, I think. That'll be in gap, yeah. Ethan Logan so far with a 134.9, very impressive considering the next car up ahead I think is a 135.5. Yeah, and we do finish up now. Very good day for Ethan. He was doing very good. He had a very high start at the beginning of the race, and in that safety car they went to like around the back of the field. And as you can see, Ethan Logan, driver of the day there.
That is a surprising driver of the day, though, because Dez had a crazy recovery drive. I thought he was going to take it home, but apparently not. Game thinks
personally,
otherwise.
I believe Dez deserves it. But we did see an impressive recovery from Dez. He went from P10 to P3 in the matter of like half of the race, all on his own. So very impressive finish for him, and good day for Ethan, and good day for both Mercedes. McLaren was very high in the points, but Mercedes definitely taking that lead. Well done to everyone. Good day. Hope everyone has a good day, and hope you enjoy the podium celebration. Thank you guys as well for tuning in to our stream. Really appreciate it. It was a very impressive and eventful day today. Here's your final lineup as well. Very impressive. All the penalties are shown as well. Thank you guys so much once again. Hope you enjoyed. Hope we entertained you guys enough today. Anything from you, Kenzog?
I'm tired. That was
Yeah, very exhausting.
that was a very chaotic race. There's only 13 drivers, but still so much action in such a short amount of time. It's very hard to keep up with it all. We did miss quite a few battles, unfortunately, but we captured the most we can.
Yeah, that happens. Anyways, thank you guys once again. We'll see you another time.
Yep. Bye bye. Hope you enjoyed the stream and